Sports. Yeah, we got a couple of stories that have popped up, and my God, the amount of no-hitters, like, I'm from that generation, my early years, I didn't see a lot of no-hitters. I didn't see a lot of perfect games. We went, like 10, 15 years in between the last no-hitter. I think it was, David Wells for the Yankees threw one, and then it didn't happen again until the mid-2000s. It was a long old fucking dry spell. But this year so far, there's been six thrown by rather great pitchers. Like, what was it, last night or the night before? Corey Kluber, the Yankees, a former Cy Young Award winner. Great pitcher. Yeah, he finally threw one for himself. Mazel tov, congratulations. Looked like a terrific game. And then there's also the asterisk one that was thrown by Madison Bumgarner, which is referenced in this article, or this little snippet of the interview that is referenced as well, who threw the unofficial no-hitter. So there would technically be 7 out there right now, which is just one off of the record set in like the fucking early 20th century at this point. So it's kicking up there. But what do I see it as? Oh, I don't know. I'm just seeing it as the guys who go up to the plate are all just trying to fucking pretend like they're still back in the Dominican Republic, trying to hit their way off the fucking island. How about you do your film work? You understand what the pitcher is trying to do instead of just trying to fucking clear the fence and, I don't know, maybe just hit one to the opposite side of the field, okay? Ebbs and flows are what happens in baseball, specifically, okay? What have we seen in the past decade or so? Aggressive shifts. What have come out of favor recently? Aggressive shifts. What about Tampa Bay? Okay, they were starting this new revolutionary opener strategy, right? They were going to have their setup man or their closer open up a game, and then they'd have their bullpen run through, so you'd always have a fresh arm, and it was going to be the new wave of how everybody was going to do it. Until you started to look at the bullpens of some of these teams, and you realized that, not everybody can get away with this, and if you keep running out your relievers every single day, especially in today's game, you are eventually going to be killing fucking long men, setups, and closers left, right, and center, because they aren't built like they used to. Closers don't go 2 innings anymore, and if they do, they get the fucking money truck just backed up to their mansion anyways. I'm not opposed to it. Literally, I love to see an offensive bonanza. I used to love watching the home run derby. It's one of the most fun things you'd see all year until they started to fucking tinker with it, and it just became, I don't know, just Rob Manlet's another one of his little failed experiments, just like putting runners on second base in extra innings, which is not fucking baseball, Rob. Anyways, he's been tinkering and damaging the great game of baseball, which is, like I've said, comes in ebbs and flows all the time. You'd have offense reign supreme for a long time, then you'd have pitching reign supreme for a long time, and then it would just go back, and we're right now in the era where, guys just want to come up to the plate. They want to be fucking Babe Ruth every single swing. They don't realize that there are holes in everybody's fielding strategy, and you can exploit that. You can know that more often than not, that pitcher that you're going to be looking down 66 feet and 6 inches away from you, they're going to be starting off their second time around the order. They're going to go fastball, change up, fastball, and they're going to be setting up their curveball off that slider you chased in the dirt. Instead of doing that homework, no, we need to fix pitching because offense sells tickets. No, great players sell tickets. And it's sad that the interview that they're referencing here, or the most recent guy to speak out about this, is quite possibly one of my favorite players in the game right now, Clayton Kershaw. Amazing pitcher, probably the most dominant pitcher since Bob Gibson, Roger Clemens, literally probably the most effective clean pitcher. We'll just go ahead and we'll hedge our bets there. No, I don't know, maybe he's just jealous he hasn't thrown a no-hitter in just about 7 years and he wants to get in on this bonanza. But this is where we part company, right? I don't have to agree with everybody I like on literally everything. We can fucking part company at sometimes. It's not good, I'll tell you that. No-hitters are cool, and I have all the respect in the world for Corey Kluber and Madison Bumgarner and those guys who have thrown no-hitters. But to have one happen every night is probably not good for the game. Clayton, listen, you have a whole bunch of money. You signed a huge contract not that long ago. You have enough money for a math tutor. The 6 no-hitters are putting baseball on track to break a record of 8 in the season set way back. I undersold that. 1884. It's been a minute. While you can chalk up some of this stuff to outstanding pitching, critics also say batters are beginning to show the willingness to strike out rather than trying to put balls in play. Yeah, exactly. Because you take a look at the quality of fielders that are out there right now, and sure, there are some defensive wizards out there. But for the most part, it's offense first players. And guess what? As soon as your bat starts to slow down, you can't really become the next Omar Vizquel, end up playing for fucking 22 seasons because you're still a reliable glove in the field. You're just going to be some has-been with slowed down bat speed that can't catch up to a 95-mile-an-hour fastball from the newest kid on the block. So in other words, hitters are increasingly taking a home run or bust approach, and it hasn't really worked out that way. As Yahoo Sports explained, home runs are down from the record of 1.39 per game in 2019 to 1.14 per game, in part that is due to intentional changes made this season by the NFL to deaden the ball, which at less than 3 grams lighter travels slightly less far. So that was in response to there being an overabundance of offense for a couple of seasons instead of letting the game figure itself out. But no, Manfred just has to fucking dig into everything, need to fix everything. That's not a problem. Like, I watched so much baseball for a long fucking time. Used to be my favorite thing to do, but yeah, you just gotta fucking stand up for what you believe is right and stop paying money to people who absolutely hate you. So, I haven't watched in a couple of years. Not so much in a couple of years, catch the odd game every now and again, and I was just sick and tired of the Shapiro and Ross Atkins regime because I don't understand how you can be middlingly successful with the Cleveland Indians and then fuck your way up to being in charge of the Toronto Blue Jays. That doesn't make any sense to me, but another story for another time. But they just started to put me off with all of their personnel decisions, and yeah, now they have a great offensive team. They should be, acquiring some more pitchers, and the ones that they do acquire end up getting hurt. Thanks, Kirby Yates. But when I was watching, it would either be a high-scoring night for the Jays, they'd be putting balls into the fucking flight deck, or, you know what, they'd be getting no-hit by James Paxton and Justin Verlander. It happens, okay? So to try to fix a problem that's not really a problem is outrageous, and that's what baseball's all about lately, and I can't fucking stand it whatsoever. Pitch clock, suck my dick. Stop with the fucking 2-minute long advertisement breaks between every half inning. That would be a fix, but no. You need to suck that Chinese money dispensing cock. But what's happening over in the NBA, that if there is a bet to be made for what is the first of the big 4 sports leagues to be going out of business, or the ones that just be dropping off, I think you'd have to put your money on the NBA, because they developed a new award. It's supposed to be kind of like the NFL's Walter Payton Man of the Year award. I heard them establish this award, which we'll get to, which is also in the thumbnail, but follow me along on the little journey we're going to take. They established an award. It's supposed to be for helping out your community, at least that's what I thought it was going to be, and it's like, okay, that kind of makes sense, but the direction they're going, I'm assuming it's going to be poison. But to make that comparison is just not fair, because in the NFL, they have the great Walter Payton Man of the Year award. Again, a terrific award that, should be out there because it recognizes the NFL player for his excellence on and off the field. The award was established in 1970, renamed in 99 after Walter Payton passed. Each team nominates one player that has a significant positive impact on his community. Now, the NBA is, like I said, coming up with a brand new award that would be similar to that mold. But what are they doing? They create the Social Justice Award named after Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Oh, wow. Is losing 25% of your viewership since 2019 and over 50% since, I think, 2014 not enough for you guys? You have to have, and they're calling it this, a Social Justice Award. They can't do anything right. This is what happens when your biggest star is an advocate with the least amount of knowledge. That motherfucker can't get through page 1 of a book, let alone advise an entire professional sports league on how they should conduct themselves. But let's be fair, and let's take a look at what this award is supposed to be in context of the National Basketball Association, care of China. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar appreciates what today's NBA players are doing in their attempts to make the world better. Because when he was playing in the 60s, he didn't have any kind of big social struggles that he was going through. Of course not. No. What would he know? How they're using their voices and platforms to as conduits for change. And if they were going to name something after that a prominent player playing in that time period, wouldn't you pick somebody who was, oh, I don't know, quite so ideologically possessed that he changed his name from Llewellyn Cinder to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar to appeal to the ever-growing movement in the black community to convert to Islam? That's a story that rarely ends successfully, but, you know, hey, look up into the history of Malcolm X anyways. After going forward, one of the players will be rewarded by a trophy bearing Abdul-Jabbar's name. The NBA announced Thursday the creation of a new award, the Kareem Abdul-Jabbar Social Justice Champion Award, shortened to the SJW of the Year, to recognize players who are making strides in fight for social justice. Each NBA team will nominate one player for consideration. From there, 5 finalists will be selected and ultimately one winner. The winning player will receive $100,000 for a charity of their choice, and the other 4 finalists will receive $25,000 apiece for charity. That's terrific, and I'm sure they will all go to Black Lives Matter charities, because guess who's going to continue to win until he's out of the league? This is just going to be the LeBron James Award. God damn it. Just when I want to give professional sports another kick at the cat, they do something so completely and totally retarded like this. You have the opportunity to do something good for your communities, okay? You have other stars speaking out right now as to it's kind of fucking stupid why us over here, the Portland Trailblazers, why we don't have any fans in the stands. Where meanwhile, we just, you know, do a homestead over in Texas, and we go to Dallas, and we go to Houston, we go to San Antonio, and they got fans in the stands over there, and we hop on over to the East Coast, and we'd go down to Florida and play the Heat and or the Magic, and we'd have a whole bunch of fans in the stands there. And that's the type of rhetoric that Damian Lillard's out there talking about, but that doesn't get nearly enough coverage because you should be constantly in crippling fear of things, and you're not pushing the right message for the NBA because viewpoints like that just aren't allowed. And Oregon has a whole host of problems themselves. Just see the previous video today. You know who I'd nominate for this award if it's not just limited to athletes, because this is clearly just a fucking slapdash award that's just being handed out for no fucking discernible reason. I would nominate somebody who actually did spark something good for their community, somebody calling out oppression, making a difference in the wider scope, and putting the NBA really on the map. How about the general manager for the Philadelphia 76ers? How about Daryl Morey? Free Hong Kong, you cocksuckers. With that said, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.